What's poppin', everyone? You got your coach of the Chim Chargers, and we are, of course, out here today with our Week 6 team builder of the APA, and I'm very excited to bring to you all another Heat squad that I whipped up for this week. And, of course, we're going to be taking on Just Kurt, who's the coach of the Portage Herdiers, and his squad that I'll go over in a bit. We have currently achieved 5-0. I think we are number 1 in the league right now, undefeated. So hopefully, with Week 6 going up tomorrow being done, means that half of the season is done. And, if we end the season off undefeated, that means that half the season we've just, we've gone undefeated, basically. But I'm hoping that we can do that. And let's see what I whipped up here. Before that, we'll go over his team. He has Mega Gallade, Clefable, Skarmory, Alolan Muck, Druddigon, Raikou, Iselgor, Gyarados, Darmanitan, Piloswine, and a Gourgeist. Gourgeist, of course, can be any size, any form of Gourgeist. This should have already appeared to your right. And his team is pretty interesting. Like, he has a lot of threats. I guess, namely, Mega Gallade is a really big threat. Very fast. Pokemon that can Sword Dance or Bulk Up. It has a good amount of coverage with that setup, and it can definitely, pressure our team a lot if we don't play around it properly. Clefable, very fat Mon that can also set up really well too. It can be very annoying to deal with. Skarmory, very bulky. Alolan Muck is one of the reasons that I opted not to bring Reuniclus, because I've used Alolan Muck in the past. You guys have seen me do that. Alolan Muck is a beautiful Mon, beautiful Mon, and it's just very difficult to knock out, especially if it's like a 50% berry set with Gluttony, or it could just be like like a standard AV set or something like that. But I think Reuniclus not really that great in this matchup with Alolan Muck around, because Muck can really deal with that pretty well to a good amount of extent. So I think that's a Pokemon that will probably come for sure to deal with Reuniclus. Druddigon, I'm not sure if it'll come or not. Raikou, I don't think will show up. Raikou is a Pokemon that's like a pretty big threat, but I don't think it will show up. Reason is because I have 2 ground types. I have Garchomp and I have Seismitoad. Both of those require a certain hidden power for Raikou to run, and it can't run 2 hidden powers, so it can't run Ice and Grass. It doesn't have additional coverage to deal with the other ground type that it does not prepare for. So I don't think it's going to show up at all. Plus, I have a Zeraora with Volt Absorb, as you can see in front of your screen. So I don't think he'll bring that. Gyarados, I think, might potentially come. Dragon Dance set is always a very big threat to have to prepare for. Darmanitan, probably if he brings that, it'd be Choice Scarf is what I'm guessing. Piloswine is something that I think he would want to bring due to the fact that, it's able to deal with Garchomp. It can check that really well. It can kind of check Zeraora to an extent, depending on his EV spread. And I don't know, I think it just has some good coverage overall, some nice bulk. Electric Immunity, which is, I think, the only one that he has on his team. So yeah. And then, of course, Gourgeist may or may not show up as the Zeraora check. Like, he has a lot of options he can bring, but I'm pretty prepared for basically everything he brings. And let's just hop right into the squad that I brought here. So I figured that I'd start this off. So actually, I'll order it in the way that I started building this. Zeraora, I think, is a Pokemon that is super, super good versus his team. The reason is because look at the coverage, and then look at his team over here. Plasma Fist hits basically everything neutrally really, really hard, and it can OHKO a lot of different things. Like, for instance, it can OHKO Mega Gallade. It can destroy Skarmory. It can destroy Alolan Muck and stuff, like Gyarados and things like that. Knockoff is great for Gourgeist, as well as just getting rid of any item, like a Violet on Piloswine, or just any other items in general. While Close Combat is just a direct hit versus Piloswine to just take that thing out. And Quick Attack for priority, for instance, versus a weakened Mon. Something that we've weakened, like maybe a Gyarados that's already Dragon Danced up, or something that's faster. Quick Attack can do some decent damage with the Choice Bandit, hits pretty hard. And Bandit Zeraora, like, it puts in so much work versus his team, just looking at the matchup. While testing as well, I was seeing that Zeraora was something that would just, like, come through in the end for me. So I think that's what's going to happen with this matchup. So assuming that he doesn't stack up on Zeraora checks like Gourgeist and Piloswine, just things that can beat Zeraora. If he doesn't focus on this too much, I think it can put in a lot of work for sure. And that's what I started off with here. So moving on to Pokemon number 2, I also opted to bring a Salazzle. And the reason I brought Salazzle was because I wanted a Pokemon that could sort of break down a lot of his fatter mons. Namely stuff like Alolan Muck, like, like just fatter mons like Alolan Muck, I guess. And like this Pokemon here can actually, it's really good to force out stuff like Skarmory and Clefable and things, get off a sub. Its speed tier is extremely fast, so I did EV this to be faster than, I think, Mega Gallade, if I'm not mistaken. So it's faster than that. Oh, as well as Raikou. It's faster than Raikou as well. So Raikou, a Pokemon that's really not known for boosting speed. So this thing is just naturally faster, which is great. And if he does opt to bring that, I'm just having enough speed so that I can click Toxic, I can Sub Protect versus that. This set's actually like, so think about my Subglare Heliolisk set. Think about that set, and then I just sort of like try to make something as nasty for Salazzle here. And I think this set is extremely effective versus his team, or any kind of team that needs fatter mons broken down, or just a lot of things pressured. This thing can do that really well with the Sub-Toxic. Because of Corrosion, we can Toxic any Pokemon regardless of the typing, right? The only thing that this would not be effective is against versus probably Magikarp Clefable, but like Clefable would not want to stay on versus Salazzle anyways. So I think that throwing him off like that can definitely be nice to Toxic a couple Pokemon that he might not want Toxic. Like for instance, mainly the Alolan Mach. I think that's going to be something that's going to be crucial to get a Poison on to wear it down over time. I think it'll be nice. You know, with Flamethrower, like, so I was testing here between Sludge Wave and Flamethrower. Sludge Wave is actually able to hit Clefable. Like this set here, Magikarp Clefable kind of sets up over, but like with Sludge Wave, I'm still not able to hit Skarmory other than with Toxic. So I want a Flamethrower because it can actually hit Skarmory, it can hit Gourgeist, it can hit other things that sort of resist Sludge Wave, I guess, but or immune to it. So pretty cool set here with Zeraora. I think they're both probably putting a lot of work. Crobat is a Pokemon that I want to bring as well, so it's going to be our debut for Salazzle and for Crobat. Crobat here has Infiltrator, so it can go through substitutes, always useful. Choice Scarf allows us to outrun Darmanitan, Scarf Darmanitan, and +1 Gyarados. So I wanted to check to certain Pokemon like those, as well as something that could also kind of take on Mega Gallades. It can check that really well. It can check Alolan Muk pretty well too. 2 KOs Alolan Muk, which is really nice. And it will also be faster than a Selgor. So I wanted Zeraora is I think not naturally faster than a Selgor. Selgor is actually faster than Zeraora. Very fast mon. So actually Scarf Crobat can outrun that Pokemon, which is going to be nice. And Casey is like a Sash lead, a Selgor maybe, or something like that with Final Gambit. Like I've seen Final Gambit Selgors. Definitely something that I don't want to sack a Pokemon for. Crobat can help me out there. U-turn, nice momentum with the 2 stab moves. And I just have Whirlwind here in case he's Cosmic Power Clefable, because that thing can be very annoying. So I can phase it out and just do a lot of cool stuff with that. So yeah, like I said, I didn't have to invest much into this because this thing is naturally fast. So I have enough to outrun that Scarf Darmanitan. Adamant Nature, 2 KOs a lot of different things, including Gyarados, which is nice. Yeah, let's move into the next 3 mons here. As you can see, we have a Garchomp, which is there for the purpose of chipping things down with the Rough Skin and the Rocky Helmet. Those two in combination can help me wear down Mega Gallade, Darmanitan, Alolan Muk, Skarmory, maybe if it goes for an attack, perhaps. And just like his main sort of physical attackers, Stealth Rocks here is just nice in order to chip stuff down. I have Dragon Tail to phase things out, of course, along with Whirlwind. Dragon Tail cannot affect Clefable, so it's just for like mainly other things, like maybe Raikou or like Curse Alolan Muk or something. I don't know, things like that we want to just send away. And like I guess Dragon Tail to the next dimension or something. Earthquake is there for us to hit like Raikou and things. Fire Blast is mainly for Skarmory. It can do a decent chunk to like defensive Skarmory. Spadef Skarmory can take it pretty well though, but Spadef Skarmory will probably get Oko by Zeraora and not have a fun time versus that. So I think that Garchomp is nice in this matchup. Especially just to get up rocks. I think it's going to chip down his team pretty well. Break Sturdies, break potential Sashes, chip down Scarf Darmanitans, things like that. Empoleon I brought here as well, just for the best defogger, of course. You already know, it's always classic to bring Empoleon. So I have this thing mainly with the role of a defogger and a Gyarados check. +1 Dragon Dance Gyarados can be very scary, and I want to have a way to check it. So I have HP Electric with Shuck a Berry. It also can check Darmanitan with the defense as well. It can take the Earthquake, which you might go for, or even take a Flare Blitz from Scarf. So it's really nice there with Torrent, putting us in that range where we can just Scald, knock it out. Flash Cannon is mainly there for the Clefable. It 2 KOs that with ease. Any kind of set, it just has a lot of special attack, right? enough so that we can just dent things with like Skull, Flash Cannons, HP Electric versus Gyarados, and just the Defog in order to get rid of any kind of spikes from Skarmory or rocks from Piloswine or Clefable. And yeah, best Defogger out here, you already know. To go along with our Stealth Rock Garchomp, we got the Rocker and the Defogger, and finally we got the Chinese Seismitoad out here, Chinese set. With the Rain Dance, Swift Swim, Water Emvee. So essentially, like, while testing, I didn't really like see this thing put in much work. I was mainly seeing stuff like Zeraora put in a lot of work because this thing can just cover his entire team, just on observation. But Seismitoad is always nice, and like the good thing about this set here is that Rain Dance will allow us to be faster than everything on his team. I set this thing to be faster than Scarf to Manitan, which is nice. I am bringing Surf, which is going to be 2-hit KOing a lot of different things on his team under the Rain. With Water MZ, it OHKOs Clefable with the Surf under Rain. It OHKOs it from full HP, max HP Clefables without much Spadef bulk, so this thing will hit really hard. It'll Earth Power stuff like Raikou and Alolan Muck for a good amount of damage, and it can HP Electric the Gyarados, so I didn't want to get walled by Gyarados, which is why I brought this Hidden Power, which easily 2-hit KOs it. And Gyarados can only OHKOs back with a Flinium Z, but that's about it. And I think it's a good sort of win condition for this team. Like I have probably 3 win cons for the team, or maybe like 2 or 3. Like Zeraora, very big win con I think versus him. Seismitoad is a good sweeper, and Salazzle can just like I guess break things down, while Crobat can just outrun so many different things, basically everything I would say. And yeah, it's just a great way to check mons, especially ones that are weakened by Salazzle's poison, by Garchomp's recoil. And yeah, so that's gonna be the squad. So hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you guys think. Of course, battle going up tomorrow, probably 24 hours from this video. Still got to coordinate a time with him after we play, but that's gonna be that. And very excited to go into this one because yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see this team put in work. I'm bringing 3 new Pokemon I think into this matchup. Seismitoad never seen the light of day yet. Same for Crobat and Salazzle, so should be fun. And that's gonna be it. So I'll see you guys on the battle going up tomorrow, and peace.